Hi, this is Don Perkins. I'm here at the Social Media Breakfast Maine, which is more of a cocktail party. Not a lot of muffins and bagels here tonight, but we're having a good time. I'm here with Chris Brogan. How's it going, Chris?
I'm the best. Happiest I've ever been.
Great. You know, I was reading your blog this morning, chrisbrogan.com. You were talking about cog behavior.
Sure.
And avoiding that in business. Could you give us a handle on that?
Sure. I was saying that there's a lot of times where we respond sort of in a pre-programmed way. We teach customer service to do it for sure. We have little scripts that we make them read. In smaller business, you know, sometimes we go after the same kind of client all the time. There's a lot of things we do just by rote, just because it's how we always have done it. Maybe we wake up every morning, the first thing we do when we roll out of the bed is check our email, because we're worried about the fire that's going to cause us a problem. But email only delivers other people's priorities to us. It's not our priority, it's always somebody else's. And sometimes you want to care about your customer's priority, but you also have to balance that with everything else you're doing. So my point was, I guess, try not to live like a robot. Try to look for the unique parts in your life. Try to look for the ways that you can work off script and live off script. And that's kind of why I wrote what I wrote.
That's great. So Cross Tech Ventures and kitchen table companies, you work with a lot of startups, a lot of small businesses. What kind of tips could you give small businesses for how can they bake this into their strategies to avoid, you know, just going through the motions and living like a cog?
Sure. So I think that, you know, in a smaller business environment, there's a couple of three things you want to look for. One is that you want to sort of have this system of idea design where you can be helpful and do useful things. And to me, the number one thing business people should be looking for is, how do I be helpful to my buyer? Not how do I sell my buyer a product? How do I sell this product? How do I be helpful? Because that's usually where businesses pivot. IBM realized that they weren't going to win the PC business, but they weren't in the selling PC business. They were in the equipping business people business. International Business Machines used to sell mathematical products, and then they started selling PCs after they sold mainframes. You know, so they understand that at the big level. A small business, the same thing. Help your customer, be helpful. The second is have a platform, have some way to communicate to them. And with all these free things social media gives you, YouTube videos and Twitter and Facebook and Google Plus and blogs and all that, you have a way to have a two-way conversation with a customer for little or no money. And so I think you should do that. Third and finally, be really attentive to the community aspect all the time. Always be nurturing your loyal buyers. Always be nurturing the people you think have an interest in the space that you're in. And that's where the biggest opportunities come from, is that community and turning them from an audience to a community. So you're not talking to them, you're talking with them.
All right. That's great stuff. So thanks, Chris, for your time today.
My pleasure.
Make sure you check out Cross Tech Ventures, Human Business Works, Third Tribe Marketing.
I'm like a general, don't I?
chrisbrogan.com. And this is Don Perkins. And just remember, don't be a robot. Right, Chris?
Don't be a robot.